together. However, if you had asked me about 30 years ago what was our secret to a successful marriage, I would have said, well, that's easy. We never see each other. He was in the corporate world, and I was a former teacher, but a stay-at-home mom. And seriously, he left home at 7 o'clock every morning, and I was lucky he was home by 8 o'clock every night, often working through the weekends. So, yes, we had a great marriage. Now, that changed. Well, no, not the great marriage part. Back in 1987, we took a 3-year assignment here in Dallas, Texas, actually, from England, both originally from England. You can't guess that from the accent, right? We are not from Texas. We love Texas. And 3 years later, IBM said, okay, you have to go back. Well, we had fallen in love with this wonderful country, and we said, no, that's not going to happen. So after a 23-year career with IBM, Mick left. He walked away with nothing, no early retirement, but we were determined to find a way to stay in this wonderful country. That was when we were introduced to this wonderful company. Now, honestly, I was a skeptic. I thought Mick was suffering from the male menopause because he was so excited. But we jumped in anyway, and that's where things changed, because suddenly we were working together all day, every day, sleeping together, doing everything together, and it was a little bit of a shock.
Always let the ladies start, but always finish strong. So, it doesn't matter whether you're working with your buddy who happens to be your spouse, or your best friend, or someone you didn't know before who became your buddy in this business. But when you have a buddy, the most important thing is to get to know the buddy's strengths. And in the case of husband and wife, the strengths are usually exactly the opposite. I've met very few husbands and wives who have the same personality with the same strengths. My mistake was, I'd grown up in IBM management. I was arrogant and English. Deadly combination. I'd always had a secretary. So when we started working together, Jenny defaulted to my secretary. That is not her strength. That is not her skill. And did I need one? No, of course I didn't. So the best thing for our marriage was getting into this business and me being humbled, another story for another time, but learning that I have strengths and limitations. My buddy in the business has no limitations, but she has different strengths. And we are better together when we recognize each other's strengths, talents, God-given gifts, and experience, and 1 + 1 = 3. So I don't care who your buddy is, but make sure you get to know your buddy, celebrate their strengths, know them, understand them, celebrate their strengths, and work out how the two of you can work this business together in the best possible way. I've got one more quick story. It took us about 5 years to make National Marketing Director, and on that day in July of 1997, by the way, we've been with this company for 33 years, not as long as Kurt, but pretty close. On that day in July, in Denver, Colorado, we both crossed the stage as new National Marketing Directors at that conference on my birthday. And the person who said to the audience, as Mick and Jenny come up on stage, I want you to sing Happy Birthday, and they did. That person was Ron Watkins. And so to say that we was wrong would be a terrible understatement. So, we want you to be a blessing because you, like us, are blessed. And my last thought is, Jason Dorsey taught me something yesterday which I think is so profound. We were 44 and younger when we started this business 33 years ago. Back then, we were Gen X. Now, we are baby boomers, but we are millennials at heart.